Good morning, children. Now, Standard 10 in Civics Chapter 2nd is the Union Executive. Now, what comes in executive? They are the President, Vice President, Prime Minister, Council of Ministers. This is the list of all the ministers. Okay. Now, at present, who is the President? Ramnath Kovind. This is the present President. Now, who can be the President? Qualifications are he must be a citizen of India, minimum age 35 years, qualified for election as a member of Lok Sabha, and should not hold any profitable office under government. Now, procedure. He is indirectly elected. Who? By electoral college. Now, who are in the electoral college? The elected members of both houses of parliament and the elected members of the state legislative assemblies, including Union Territory of Delhi and Pondicherry. According to the formulas, the number of votes means for MLAs, for MPs, separate formulas are there. According to those formulas, the votes are counted, which is followed by single transferable vote system. Now, President can hold office for 5 years. If he wants to resign, he can resign by giving his resignation to the Speaker through Vice President. Now, but suppose he is not working properly, violating the Constitution, malpractice is done. In that condition, one process is their impeachment through which he can be removed. Now, how? First of all, charges will be given in written by both the houses. It should be finalized by the Speaker. Then the memorandum is given to the President for 14 days. Then he can be impeached in one house at one time. He has to be impeached in both the house. Then only the impeachment process will be completed. Now, powers and functions. So many powers are given here, but the main powers we will discuss. These are the main powers which are in your syllabus. Legislative powers. President only nominates 2 Anglo-Indian members and 12 Anglo-Indian members to Lok Sabha, 12 members to Rajya Sabha, those who are expert in their field. He only can dissolve Lok Sabha before its term means 5 years. He addresses the 2 houses in the first session of the parliament and outlines the government's plan for the year. Whatever is discussed, it becomes a bill. It cannot become an act till he signs. Whenever the parliament is not in session and any emergency comes, the president can issue ordinances, means special orders, which are equivalent to an act of parliament. Now comes executive powers. He is the supreme commander of armed force. He has to declare war or conclude peace. He also appoints the chiefs of the army, navy and force. Dear children, here 3 sentences are given. If any time military powers are asked, you have to write these 3 sentences in 3 points. Otherwise, this is the first point of the executive powers. All the top ranking government officers, heads are appointed by him. Supreme Court Judge, High Court Judge, Auditor General, Prime Minister, Council of Ministers. This will come only in single one point. He has the right to be briefed by the Prime Minister on the daily basis. He only receives the ambassadors from foreign and appoints Indian ambassadors to the other nations. And all the international treaties or agreements are requiring his signature. Without it, they are null. Financial powers. Annual budget is placed in Parliament on his behalf by the Finance Minister. He is allowed to create a contingency special fund from where money can be used for unseen or unplanned expenditure, just as now COVID-19. He can appoint a finance commission to help ease in financial crisis. Judicial powers. He is not a judge, but even then, because he is the first citizen of the country, he is considered above the law. He cannot sit in the court, but even then he has some judicial powers, just as suppose an appeal is made to the president So he can pardon or reprieve or commute any sentence given to a criminal. Criminal means the punishment can be decreased. He cannot increase because he is the final seat. If any person is given death sentence, so it can changed into the capital punishment and also the life imprisonment. He can pardon offenders in respect to all cases which come under the laws of the Union and concurrent list. He can consult the Supreme Court on any issues pertaining to law. The Supreme Court has to give his opinion. But it depends on the President only whether he will accept it or reject it. Now this is the most important discretionary powers, means very special powers. When one single party gets the majority, then very clear the leader will be called and made the Prime Minister. But suppose no single party gets the majority, then it depends on President whom to call. If Prime Minister dies, then also who can be the Prime Minister? That depends only on the President. Whenever a ruling party who has lost his majority in the Lok Sabha and no confidence motion is passed against it, then it is the discretion, means it depends only and only on the President either to dissolve the House, to ask any party, second number party, to prove its majority on the floor, or he can say that I will keep my decision pending. The President can dismiss ministers in case of the Council of Ministers if they lose their confidence but refuse to resign. Okay children, leftover part we will discuss in next video.